YouTube live series for Mentor Connect. We have Abhijeet Patil with us here today. He's currently studying in Stevens. He's pursuing masters in information systems, and he's here with us to give us some information about the program and the curriculum. Hi, Abhijeet.
Hi,
Thank you for
Janima.
joining us on the
Yeah,
YouTube
sure.
live. So we have listed down a few questions for you today, which a lot of people, while applying, might have, especially for a university like Stevens, which is in the hub. So they might have a lot of questions related to the program, related to the university, related to the job opportunities. Starting with the curriculum, what do you feel? How is the curriculum at Stevens? You can talk about your curriculum and give us some insights on that.
Okay, so I joined Stevens in the fall 2021. So I am currently pursuing my master's in information systems. So if we go with the curriculum wise, the Stevens offers a flexibility in curriculum. So like all the other universities, if we compare, then we have to go through their pattern, like how their course has been structured and everything. But with the Stevens, you have a flexibility that you can take the core subject of other branches as well. So just to give an example of, I'm from information systems, so if I want to take the courses which are from the finance, then I can go for the core courses as well. I don't need to give a notice or something to the professor that I want to pursue for this course or something. This is my interest and everything. So it's with the Stevens, you just have to go with the courses and everything, whatever you like, and you can just modify your career through those.
So you're trying to say apart from the core courses that you take, you're still allowed to take other courses as well?
Yes, we are allowed to take other courses as well because with Stevens, for the information system, we have to complete 36 credits.
Hmm.
And for the information system, we have four core subjects. So, four core subjects equivalent to 12 credits. And rest of the 24 credits, we can take any of the elective subjects. So, it's kind of like that. So, it is not mandatory. You have to take the elective subject which are from the information system itself. You can go for the other branches too.
So do you need, like you said, you don't need to inform your professors or anything. Do you need an approval to get into these courses? Do you need to write to the department, like if you're taking
Approval.
a business uh, department?
Yeah, I got your question. So if we are going for the approval, then we don't need to get any approval unless and until there is a prerequisite to that course. So if
Okay.
there is prerequisite to that course and you
Hmm.
haven't done it yet, so
Hmm.
you may need to contact the professor. Otherwise, you are good to go with that course. So there is no problem with that.
Okay. Coming to the class size, what is the average class size, especially for information systems?
So as of now, as you also we all know that COVID pandemic is hit and
Hmm.
everything. So currently, considering COVID and everything, they have kept the batch size as 40 to 45.
Hmm.
So if there is a problem with the in-person lecture, it can happen on the Zoom as well. So with and also if we are to go to the in-person lectures, the classes are pretty big, but just to make keep the safety distance and everything, they have kept it as a 40. But I think for the per semester the batch size would be around 50 to 60. That's the
Okay.
max of it.
And would you be able to talk about the computer science program as well? Because we have a lot of students that also consider Stevens for the computer science program. How is that program?
For the computer science program, I have a couple of friends who are from the computer science. So as per their knowledge, the courses and everything they get, the core courses which they
Hmm.
are pretty elaborative, and the professors which they have got, they're also very good. So I think for the computer science with the Stevens, it would be good to go because professor are very lenient. They are
Hmm.
not very judgy or they are not very biased or something.
Hmm.
So you can just go to them, talk to them. If you have any doubts, you can get cleared with them, and they're very friendly. So
Hmm.
you won't feel like he's a professor or something. So it's kind of like that way.
Okay. And does computer science also have a class size of 50 or is it more?
Yeah, approximately all the courses which Stevens offer, it has a classes of 50 to 60. But since I joined in 2021 fall, that
Hmm.
time because of the COVID and everything, previous two batches were not able to like fly
Hmm.
over to abroad to the universities. So
Hmm.
that was when I joined Stevens. That time approximately batch size was 90 to 100. because accumulating to the last two semesters and the fall 21, they had
Hmm.
all a lot of people coming in.
So were they doing it online, or they were accommodating so many people in the class?
Some of them were doing it online, yeah. So
Okay.
last year they had opened up a lot batches, a lot more batches. So professor usually take
Hmm.
3 or 4 batches in the semester,
Hmm.
but last semester they had taken 5 to 6. So they had
Okay.
expanded time.
Okay. And also with the exams, how were they conducted now versus earlier? Since you've gone in 2021, how were they conducted then, and what have you heard from the seniors?
So for the exams from the seniors, we didn't get much details about what it was before the COVID. But since I came in here, that from them I have noticed the pattern. It's totally depends on the professor, like how he wants to approach for the final exam. So if the professor wants to go with the final projects, then he will give us the projects and he will ask us to work on those throughout the semester.
Hmm.
And then some professor go with the final presentation as well as the final exams.
Hmm.
So it's totally up to the professor how he want to complete the course and how he wants students to approach this course. So for me, the courses which I have taken this semester, they all have midterm exams and the final exams. So my midterm are due in the next week. So like we get the option that we can take exams from the home. So
Hmm.
I have options to take those exams from online. So there is not a problem with that. You can take exam anytime you want. We have a time of 9 to 10 days to complete those exams, and uh, until the due date, you just have to submit those exams, and that's it. And mostly the exam would be kind of like the essay questions of the MCQs.
Hmm. Hmm. So you can take it from home, or you can take it from your university.
Yeah,
Got
sure,
it.
sure, sure, sure.
Can you tell us a little about the campus life, and how is the campus of Stevens?
Okay, so the campus life, recently they have expanded the campus. They
Hmm.
have got the undergraduate buildings and then a few of other halls where they can conduct the lectures and everything. So
Hmm.
if we go with the college life and this, it is pretty good. It's like people usually you can find people usually in the libraries, and there are few centers like Babio Center, which is the
Hmm.
main kind of like a school of business.
Hmm.
So students who are from the business background, like me myself, information system, we can go to the schools, and it's not like you have to have the ID card to enter to the campus and everything. It's just up to you. Like you're a student, you can just go anywhere and you can sit and study. So if we consider the foreign students who are here, the US students, the Asian students, the Korean students, and everyone, so everybody is pretty good. If you go and approach them to talk to them and you want to like get along with them, it's pretty easy in this even. So it's not that hard.
I was about to ask you about diversity. How diverse is the campus? Do you see people from other places as well?
Yeah, usually I see people from the other places, but these questions, like when I joined in 21, the first one professor we have, his name is Edward Shore. It was his first in-person lecture after 3 semesters. So he was the one first to ask, like, how many of you are from India? So 99% of the class were from India. So, and out of the 99%, 90% people from Mumbai.
Oh my God, that is too
Yeah.
much.
So yeah, it's too much. For the information systems and the business intelligence and analytics, these two courses, I've seen 90% of Indian applied for it, and rest of the courses have like kind of like a
Hmm.
diversity.
Okay. So for information systems, you're saying you see Indians
Yeah,
going
a
for it.
lot Indian. Yeah.
Too many engineers in India.
Yes.
Okay, I think we have a couple of people asking questions. Guys, we have lined up a few questions, and some of them will be covered here. You guys can keep asking, and we'll try to include as many as possible. Coming to, I think everybody wants to know about the placements. So let's talk about the tuition at Stevens. We know that Stevens is kind of a little expensive as compared to the other universities. So how would you compare that, and what is the usual tuition fee?
So usual tuition fee here, it depends on the credit which you take in the semester. So in the Stevens, we have to maintain the full-time post at the Stevens. So we have to have taken 9 credits or the 12 credits. So in Stevens, per credit is around $1,700 to $1,800. So each subject accumulates to 3 credits. So if we go for the 12 credits, so that would sum up around 19 to $20,000 per semester. But the good thing over here is the candidate who are deserving and who has a very good profile. Stevens provide them a scholarship opportunities. So it's kind of like that. And second thing that even if the Stevens is, yeah, you would say it's expensive, but even if it's expensive, you can look at the ROI. So Stevens is near to the New York, and along with that, professor over here they have a lot of contacts with the universities, other universities, along with the other companies and everything. So like even if there is a problem with that, you can just approach the professor. They tell them, and if they have anything with the financial help or something, they will inform you about the scholarships and everything. So it's kind of like that.
All in all, how much would you sum up the total cost of education would be for students?
For the whole masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the first 3 semesters, we have to go through the credit. So that would come around 1,500 to 19,000, $15,000 to $19,000. And for the last semester, it's totally up to us whether we have to complete our masters in 3 semester or 4 semester. If we go for the 4 semester, in the fourth semester, you have to pay credit wise. You don't have to pay for the 9 or the 12 credits.
Okay.
So if you take 3 credit subjects, you will pay for the 3 credits. If you take the 2 credit subject, you will pay for the 2 credit. It's kind of like that. So
Okay.
usually the people who have got the internship, they tend to complete a master's in 3 semesters. That is in the third semester. And if somebody wants to explore the job opportunities, everything, they keep one subject for the last semester, and through that period of the 5 months, they applies to the other companies and they explore the job market and everything.
Also, I think somebody here had asked about co-op program. How are the co-op opportunities?
So, comparing to the co-op opportunities, I don't think Stevens provide any co-op opportunities. It's just the internship help and everything. So,
Yeah.
with the Stevens, you just have to be very forward, that you have to like keep on track that you are applying for the universities and everything. So me myself, I've been applying for the last 4 months and everything. I've seen people who are getting internship, but I'm still not getting it. So don't just depend on that you haven't got anything. Keep on applying. It's just that, nothing else.
Got it. Uh, Engineering streams, please. Your view on business intelligence and analytics course. What are
So if we have to go for the BIA, so for the information system students, we have got the chance to apply for the graduate certificate or other branches. So I have options to apply for four of it. So one is the cyber security, second is the engineering management, third is the business intelligence and information, and there is one more I forgot about it. So total there are four branches which I can apply for the graduate certificate other than the information systems.
okay?
So for with the BIA, the courses are pretty much diversified, and they have covered a lot of vast majority in the business analyst. So I think BI would be the good one, and the MIC. Yeah.
Okay, understood. Talking about the class size, I also wanted to understand how many people in the class would you feel do have work experience or have prior experience, and how many of them would be freshers?
So comparing to the work experience wise, I think 40% of the people have the work experience in the Stevens who come in, and rest of the 60 are the new, like they have just graduated and joined the
Fresh.
Stevens for the masters. Yeah,
So majority of them are freshers.
less than a majority. Yeah, yeah. Ah,
Okay. Insights for students from a non-CS or an IT background applying to MIS. Do you feel
okay,
it
so
make a difference?
no, it won't make it because me myself is from the electronics engineering background, so I didn't have any prior coding experience or anything. So for the MIS, you don't have to have the coding experience. It's just that you have to be lenient on learning the new things and be vigilant with the topics.
Any
That's
special courses or languages that they need to learn in case they're applying for MIS?
so. Okay, so if you are applying for the MIS, you need to know Python,
Hmm.
and second is the SQL. So these two are the basic things you need to know, because for the first semester, if you're coming, you have few courses who need to have the knowledge in SQL. So it's not mandatory that you have to have it, but it would be easier for you to go through the courses and get those assignments and those details completed prior.
Okay. How is the MS in DS course, data science?
So MS in DS, I have few friends who are from the data science course. So as I have heard from them, the courses which they have got have a lot of mathematics into their courses. So they are a little bit struggling, but the professors and everything, comparing to the groups and everything, it's pretty good.
Uh, how is engineering management? What do you know?
Engineering management also good. Yeah, the few courses. One of those courses I am going to take in the next semester, and one of the courses is a project management I've taken this semester. So you get to learn about the things which you may able to apply for the jobs. The job kind of like I'm applying for the data analyst and the business analyst. You can use those courses. You can use the knowledge in these courses. So I think people who are going for the engineering management, they have a lot of options for
Hmm.
learning new things.
Got it. One very good question is, what all admits did you have, and why did you choose Stevens instead of others?
Okay, so comparing to the other admits and everything, I had admin from NJIT, CMU and everything, but there was some problem with the loan and everything.
Hmm.
I went with the Stevens because Stevens had offered me a scholarship, and with the scholarship, it was pretty easy for me to control my finance and everything.
Hmm. Got it. Okay, there are too many questions. Any location advantages that Stevens offers for CS field?
For what?
Any location
Okay,
advantage
CS
that
field. Location advantage, as in I already told you, the Stevens is near to the Big Apple, which is New York. So there are firms which are from consulting, then management, and there are a lot of people with the startups and everything in the New York. So there are a lot of bunch of the people from the Stevens, because people are keep looking for the front end developers and the software engineers and everything. So
got it? Um, how is their robotics course? Do you have any idea about that?
For the robotics, I don't have brief idea, but I have one friend who is from the robotics, and as per his says and everything, I think that course is pretty good. But for the robotics, I think it's a lot of in that course you would see less Indians, because only as per my friends, there are only 10 to 12 people are from the India, and rest of them from Korea or America or something.
Hmm. Got it. Uh, okay. Most of them are about on-campus jobs. Talking about the on-campus jobs, what kind of opportunities are available on campus for the students, and how do you avail them?
Okay, so for the on-campus jobs, there are opportunities kind of like you can work at the bookstore, then the dining, then the library, then you can work as a TA and RA with the professor. Then there is offices as a, such as graduate office, undergraduate office. You can work with them as assistant, and to apply for those jobs and everything, we have a portal which is called as a Workday. So through that portal, you have to apply for those jobs. And for the T N R A is basically you have to get in touch with the professors. If they require any T or R and your profile matches with them, then they would be very happy to hire you.
Hmm.
So be attentive about the courses, make a rapport with professors. That one thing I would say is to get a RA and TA.
Hmm. Also, I mean, when they're offered a TA or an RA, how many students do you think actually get these positions?
So for each professor, each batch, he keeps one TA, and if we have three batches, then he would need three TAs. So as per that comparison, 6 to 7 people per semester for one subject, they would get a TA.
Okay, for one subject. And is it also similar for an research also if you're going for a research?
No, for the research is not similar. You have to like approach the professor with the way that he already has started a research. So it's kind of
Hmm.
like you have to search the area that you want to be able to like explore
Yeah.
your career in, and you have to approach the professor accordingly. So for the RA, you they have a lot of opportunities, but it just your interest matters.
Hmm. So you mean when you're applying for an RA, they need to have relevant research in the field that the professor is
Yes.
researching for, and only then the
You
professor.
have to have the relevant experience. If you don't have anything,
Hmm.
then your undergrad should be in the relevant
Hmm.
field.
Hmm. And how much do these on-campus jobs usually pay you, or a TA or an RA pay
Okay, so the usually for the TA and RA that would be around $15 to $18 per hour,
you? Hmm.
and for the off-campus on-campus jobs such as the book selling or dining, that would be around $13 to $17 per hour.
That is
And
good.
you get to, as you all know, we get to work
Hmm.
for 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
So
Hmm. That is quite good. Uh, NGIT versus Stevens, which would be good?
So if you're looking for the university which more focused on the research kind of thing, then I would suggest you would go with the NJIT. And if you're more of the guy who is from looking for the finance and management kind of thing, then
Hmm.
Stevens would be good.
Got it. Uh, okay. Coming to the living expenses, we have quite a few jobs about living expenses as well. Um, how much do you, on an average, how much do you spend monthly on your rent, utilities, and other expenses?
Okay, so for the rent, it totally depends on how you are okay to live with. So if
Hmm.
you are in the sharing with some person,
Hmm.
so that would vary from $400 to $600
Hmm.
for each person. And if you are going for the private room, so it depends on the room size and everything. So that would come around from $550 to $750,
Hmm. Okay.
and rest of the things such as the Wi-Fi, electricity, gas, and
Hmm.
everything. So considering all the people in the house, so if you have four people, then your each budget would be around $60 to $70 per person,
Hmm.
and for the groceries, it would be around like $50 to $70, considering how many times you eat outside.
Yeah. So considering a person's individual standard of living, it might vary from 500 to 700
500 to 700 for the rent only.
for
So
rent.
if we consider for the utilities and everything, that would come around from 700 to 90,
Hmm.
$900.
Hmm. Got it. I think we've talked about living expenses. Okay. Do you have any idea about construction management?
Construction management, no. I have some friends, but I don't have any idea about the
So
courses.
people who are asking questions about other programs, Abhijeet is doing information systems in Stevens, so he might have more insights on information systems as opposed to other programs. What all portals are recommended for practicing SQL, Python, and like if you're aiming at business analyst role?
Okay, for the SQL Python, if you have to go through the learning platform, then there is a data camp, and if we have to practice for those languages, then there is a lead code, and the second one is a hacker rank. So
Yeah.
these two I'm currently using to improve my knowledge in SQL and Python. So
Hmm.
I would suggest go through these three, and rest of things, if you go through the YouTube, you will get ample of material to learn from and read from.
Hmm. One other question that comes in my mind is a lot of people do courses here while they're in India on Coursera, Udemy, and all of these. So, how beneficial or how important are these courses, and do they really help you while you are pursuing your program?
Okay, so for the courses, yeah, they do help if we go through the learning point of view. So if you have done few courses, they might help you with the curriculum and everything for the extracurricular activities which you do on the campus as well,
Hmm.
and with the professors as well for the TA and RA opportunities.
Hmm. Got it. think I have covered most of the. Okay. Uh, there are questions on return on investment after you graduate from Steven. How do you think would be the return on investment, or what have you seen in your seniors? I mean, what kind of jobs are they getting, and how much are what is the average salary that you feel they might be getting?
Okay, so as I've spoken to a few of the seniors in the US, it totally depends on which area you're working in. So if
Yeah.
you are working in kind of area like New York or something, so for the starting salaries, you that would vary from $65,000 to $75,000 for a person who
Hmm.
just has started working, and with the median, it would go around 120 to 130.
Got
So
it.
down the line to the 5 years, it's kind of like that.
So I think the ROI is pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yes. Uh, Another question that I had was, if a student, let's say you've gone for information systems, you studied there for one semester, you did not like it. How easy is it to convert it to a different course, or how is it easy is it to change your course after you've done one semester?
Okay, so after you're done one semester, we have option to change your courses. So if you don't want to continue with the information system, if
Hmm.
I don't just for an example, if you say that I don't want to continue with the information systems, we just have to go through the defined process. We have to fill in the applications and the course which you have to apply for, and it's just kind of that. There is not much of a hassle into it, but you just have to be able to justify why you want to change the courses. That's it.
Correct, correct. Uh, okay, most of the questions are about scholarships. Do you want to talk a little bit about the scholarships and how do you get
Okay,
into it?
no problem. Yeah.
Uh, so they've asked, what is a profile? What was your profile uh, that you got scholarship? So can you talk about your scores so that they know?
Okay, yeah. So I completed my undergraduate in 2017, and since 2017, I have been working. So I have a experience of total 3.5 years before I started to pursue for the masters. So 3.5 year, along with the profile and everything, I have got a scholarship of $16,000 from Stevens. So there is always an room for the scholarship to go higher and higher, but it's not defined that you have to have this kind of profile for the scholarship.
Hmm.
So it totally depends on the professor how he likes your profile, and it's just kind of because I have seen people who are much more experienced than me, but they haven't got any scholarship.
Yeah.
So it's
So I think
not
the
a defined
scholarship
factor.
depends on your profile completely. It is not one thing in your profile, it is the holistic
No, it's
uh, profile. The
Yeah,
professor
no, no.
has to like it.
It's yeah, it has to be from top to bottom. So it totally
Hmm.
depends on your whole profile, not only one thing.
Yeah, and it is usually offered while you were given an admit. So I don't think, can you go there and apply for a scholarship? That is
There are few
possible in
scholarships which you can apply from the campus,
there.
but yeah, but there are few. I haven't seen any like I didn't do that,
Hmm.
but there are few opportunities for the scholarship which you can apply when you're on campus.
Okay. And I have covered most of the questions. Guys, in case you have any questions, please keep posting them in the chat box. What are the job profiles after graduating? Uh, would you be able to give answer on this?
Job
Meaning,
profile
what kind
as
of
in.
a profile would you be working as after you graduate from an information systems program?
Okay, so after I graduate from information, I would be able to work with the profile which has analytical kind of view.
Hmm.
So that would consider a data analyst, business analyst,
Hmm.
and then a few of the job as a data scientist. So if we have to go in the full technical kind of thing, you would go with the data scientist role. And if you want to be part of management part of thing, so I would suggest you go for look for the job which has a data analyst or the business analyst.
Okay. There is one question about can I get an SDE job after doing MIS?
You can get the SDA job, but you have to be that skillful to be able
Yeah.
to handle the whole. Yes.
Good. What is the interview process for internships and full-time jobs?
So if we go with the internship processes, if you are applying for the intern, so they also know that you're in the learning curve. So
Hmm.
the interview process for the intern is pretty easy as compared to the full-time job, but I would suggest that you keep on building your skill and be proficient with your talking and everything. So that one thing we can just concentrate on, and rest of the thing is it just how you perform during the interview time.
Apart from the apart from your scholarship that you were offered from Stevens, what made you choose Stevens over CMU or
So
other?
yeah, it's more of like the flexibility in the curriculum. So Stevens, as the as a in the starting I said, the Stevens provide the flexibility with the curriculum. You can go with the any courses that you want. You won't have to be able to like go or apply for the course with the professor. So that flexibility was the one thing that made me choose Stevens.
Uh, okay, somebody has asked about, can you tell us about the loan experience? So I think,
So for the loan, yeah, I was a part of college bond. So for the loans and everything, I didn't have to go through it myself. So there was a team from the college bonds who are helping me through it. So I didn't have any problem with that. So it was pretty good. It's a lengthy process, but you would get through it.
yeah, but also somebody had asked about a question about TAs and RAs. How early can you start approaching professors to get a TA or an RA, or can you email them while you're in India? Would you recommend that?
So while you're in India, if you have the profile which has the relevant experience into that, then I would suggest you can get in touch with the professors and everything. And if you don't have anything, then even if you mail them, I don't think they would entertain you.
Yeah.
So other than that, when you're on campus, you can just go and talk to the professors, and if they have anything for you, then they would be happy to offer you.
Hmm. Can I get into MIS? I have backlogs.
Yeah, and there's no problem with that. Stevens is not kind of the university who sees that the people have backlog, then they won't let you in. So even if you have backlog, you just have to try.
Okay. Uh, okay, let me just go through the questions once again. Uh, do you know anything about the machine learning program? They've asked about machine learning
For the
and the
ML,
class
no,
size.
I don't. No, I don't.
I'm asking all the relevant questions that might be relevant to
Yeah, yeah,
the
no problem.
discussion that we're having today. Uh, I have an admit from Stevens, uh, and I think there is a scholarship of $8,000. Is it for 1 year or 2 years?
So whatever the scholarship Stevens offer, it is for the first year. So the scholarship which you have got for the $8,000, that would be divided equally into two semesters. So for the first semester, 4,000 would be applicable for you, and the rest of the 4,000 you can use in the next semester.
I think they equally divide the
Yeah, they
scholarship.
equally divide it, and then yeah, yes.
Okay, I think I have covered all the questions that were in the chat box. I don't think there are any new ones. Can you please tell me? I think we'll cover this last question. Uh, can you tell me about the average cost for MS and CS, including stay and tuition?
So at so for the stay, you for the tuitions and everything, that would go around $60,000 to $62,000, and for a year of the living, I think that would go around 10,000 or 15,000 more,
So, do you think on an
approximately.
average you would be spending around 50 to 60 lakhs INR for the
Yes,
entire two
yes,
years?
approximately 50. Yes.
Okay. Uh, can you renew the scholarship once you receive
Uh,
an admit? Can you
Renew
renew
as in.
scholarship once you receive with admit? Jay, I don't think we got your question. Can you repeat that? Can you get a title of product manager or consultant after graduating? Shashikant, you need to, I mean, you can't be offered a manager position directly. You need to have prior experience. I'll try and answer whatever I can.
Mhm.
The one you receive with your admit. So Stevens, I think usually offers
Okay.
scholarship while they give you an admit and they have a deadline to accept it. Once the deadline is has lapsed, the scholarship also lapses. I think you might have
It
to write
lapses.
again to Stevens to renew it, but there are very less chances that they would
Yeah,
renew.
because with the renewal thing, it's kind of like the people are already lined up for the scholarship, and you're the
Yeah.
first preference they have given for the scholarship. So I would suggest if you have a scholarship, you just pay the initial deposit and secure the scholarship.
Hmm. Also about the on-campus jobs, do you think it is very competitive to get in, or people usually do get on-campus jobs easily?
No, it is very competitive to get the on-campus job with the Stevens.
Okay. Can you please talk about the portals you used for on-campus jobs?
So for the on-campus job, as I said, there is one portal called Workday, and other than that, I don't think anything is there.
Okay. If I get a scholarship for the first year, do I can I get another one for second year?
You can apply for the second year, but it's not assured that you will get it. So
Hmm.
it totally depends on how you perform in your first semester and how you approach for the scholarships.
What is the one mistake you could have avoided in your first year of MIS?
One mistake, that taking the exam lightly, because
Yeah.
as the exam is given India, it's not kind of like you. It's so, to be honest, it's very fast paced as compared to the education which we have in India. So I would say don't be very lenient on yourself from the start.
Hmm. Uh, Okay, I think Abhijeet, we've covered most of the
Mhm.
questions. To end with, what would your message be for the students that might be accepting Stevens, might want to go to Stevens, or still in the decision phase? What would be your message to them?
Okay, yeah. So, like, if you are like for the Stevens, it's not kind of like, yeah, Stevens is agree. I would agree with that, but the thing is, you can look at the ROI and everything. So, I would just, if we have the option to go with the Stevens, I would suggest you go over it, because the flexibility with Stevens offer, I don't think any other college offers, and with that. The professors over here, they're very lenient. They are very helpful. They would help you through any of the process and everything.
Hmm.
So it's just a matter of you asking them about this thing. So
Hmm.
if you have the admit, or if you're planning to go for the Stevens, I would just say you go for it, and you don't have to worry about anything. And all the best to you guys.
Great. People are asking for tips for saving money at Stevens. I think Abhijit, what we can do is anybody that wants to talk to Abhijit can message him on LinkedIn. I guess he's available on LinkedIn,
Hmm.
and he
Yes.
could help you uh, about your questions. And you can always connect with College Pond and Converge. And in case you have any questions, you can talk to us about it. Thank you so much, Abhijit. I have covered most of the questions that were asked.
Hmm.
In case, like I said, people might contact you on LinkedIn in case they have any other questions.
Okay, no problem. I would be happy to help him. Just don't be like, if I don't reply, just don't be mad at.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye.